Okay, so here are a few bits to do. First off, when you're sitting at a desk, just keep an eye on your posture. So just kind of open out your chest, maybe roll the shoulders, open them out, squeeze the shoulder blades gently together and kind of pull them downwards, okay? So that's keeping a good position. Obviously you're going to kind of roll inwards every once in a while, but that's grand. It's good to mix it up, you know, you can't be keeping the same posture the whole time. But just when you think of it, kind of open out the chest, kind of keep the shoulders out like so. And it might open out this area and relieve it a small bit, okay? So keep an eye on that. Next up, for home stuff, let's say we start off with stretching out the chest muscles, so they're quite tight. So we want to open it out to stop the kind of shoulders rolling inwards. So stand in the door frame like so. So we're keeping it roughly at 90 degrees, elbow on the door frame, and just lean forward and slightly kind of twist this way, okay? So don't worry about kind of turning the neck hugely. You're only kind of turning the body slightly like that. So hold it here for 20-30 seconds, do this a couple of times, and then change the angle, lift it up a bit higher, lean forward again, and kind of twist slightly to the opposite side. And again, hold that for 20-30 seconds, and get the hand up here, like say up onto the top, so, and then kind of just leaning forward. And just make sure you're feeling a gentle stretch in around this region, and not kind of a main pull down the arm, okay? So if you feel a pull down the arm, just change your angles and try and get into this region. Next up, we look at gentle stretching or strengthening exercises. So we'll progress these. We'll start off with the basics. So we're going to do external rotation, internal rotation. We're going to go flexion and extension. Okay, so you do this off the wall, door frame, something like that. So we're doing external rotation. So that's basically when we push the arm out. So it's an isometric exercise. So that means basically having something in the way to stop you doing the movement, okay? So you're just going to stand at the door frame and you're going to push into it, okay? So this kind of works the muscle on the back of the shoulder blade. Hold that for about 10 seconds, relax, push again. Make sure you open out the chest and you kind of feel a gentle tension on the back of the shoulder blade, okay? So again, hold for 10 seconds, do 5-7 times and relax. Then we'll do internal rotation, so that's when we bring elbow by your side, pull the arm in like that. So again, stand at the door frame and push into it. So this kind of works the muscle on the other side of the shoulder blade, which is kind of deep in the chest, kind of behind your pecs. And then pull in, relax, go again, do 5-7 times, about 10-second hold, and just keep it a gentle hold. Next up is flexion. So this is one where we bring the arm forward. So just push into the wall like so, and hold again, same number of seconds and reps, and relax. And the last one is extension, so that's bringing the arm back behind you. Send the door jab and push backwards. And this is just going to work all the major muscles around the region, and that'll set you up for doing the tougher exercises with the bands and eventually weights. So we keep it at that, okay? So next up we look at some stability stuff. We're going to look at some stability exercises and just try and improve that region for you. So the first off, you're going to be going into 4-point kneeling. So a lot of the pressure, we're going to put the pressure through the hands, have a nice stable base, so a lot of weight going through the hands. This will push the force up into the shoulder. So 4-point kneeling, let's say wrists underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. And first off, we're just going to do shoulder taps, okay? So we'll bring this hand up here and touch your shoulder, come back down and swap back and forth, okay? So just be like this, looking forward, over, back, nice connection with the floor, up and down. So these are basic enough, but I just wanted to get good shoulder positioning and get the weight through the shoulder, and we just started off, get the small stuff done properly, and then we can move on to the bigger stuff down the line. So shoulder taps, then we just, if you want to improve on that, just kind of move the knees away a small bit. That will put more force into the shoulder, and again pushing up, a lot of weight going through this hand here, come back down. Obviously the right is your effective side, so a lot of weight going through there, touch the shoulder, up and down. You can swap over and back 10 times. There's no real magic number, just do it enough times that you feel like you've worked it, and move on to the next exercise. And next one, side to side. So kind of push the weight over to the left, come back, push it back to the right, maybe come back into 4-point kneeling here, don't have the knees back too far, over back. So just to show you here, 4-point kneeling, push over to the left and back, and push over here. So if we're on the right, it's going to kind of separate a small bit, but you just want to keep good shoulder positioning, good weight through the hand, push over, and then when we lean obviously to your sore side, it'll pinch it slightly. We just want to kind of get the proprioception back into the shoulder and get good awareness of where it is and try and improve the stability that way. Side to side, forward and back, so obviously pushing forward, and we lean back, bum towards your heels, push forward, maybe over back 10-15 times, okay, like that. And finally, doing a bit of a rotation, okay, so let's say if I come onto your right side, just taking this left hand and sliding it underneath, and follow your hand up towards the ceiling, and just kind of putting a bit of rotation to the shoulder. You can open your hand out like that. If this kind of feels like too much, you can ease off on it, not do it for a while, and do the other ones first. Any of these exercises you feel are just a bit too uncomfortable, you can just leave it out for a while until you feel like you're ready first, and you can progress onto it then. So a few rotations like that, follow the hand up, maybe 3 or 4, and kind of coming back, and open it out as wide as you feel is comfortable. And finally, just maybe a reach exercise, so 4-point kneeling again, and then maybe reach this hand over here, and come back, and reach that hand over there, and just kind of hand at an angle over and back. Okay, so again, that'll just kind of challenge different angles of the shoulder, work on stability, and after that we'll look at working up to bands and light weights. Okay, so give that a go. Any questions, you can let me know.